Hello. How's everyone doing today? I can't see quite how many people are in chat. Hey, Oren, how you doing there? See ya. Everything looking and sounding good? I think I've got everything squared away now after 10 live streams. Hopefully everything's sounding and looking good. Saturday today. Who's out there? Oren, I can't remember where you're from. Where are you located? Hit me in the chat there and let me know where you're located. It is a not blazing hot day in Southern California today, which is nice. I live in Southern California in Orange County. Yesterday was hot. Chris Beaton, how you doing, Chris? Good to see you. Alberta, Canada. Nice to see you here. Yeah, have you guys started to see the change in the seasons up there yet? You guys looking more like fall? Trees starting to change? We don't really get that here where I live too much. I do love it though when my pear trees, I have some ornamental pear trees, start changing in the leaves. They get this great color and patterns on them. So yeah. So how's everybody doing today? Mark, good to see you. Again, if you're first time here or you just want to drop it in the chat, let me know where you're from. It's kind of fun to see where everybody's from. You know, I think so far we've had people from, let's see, Sweden, all over the United States, you know, Michigan, Wisconsin, Florida, Texas, have people from Mexico. I think we had someone, well, we know we've had people from New Zealand and Australia, and also I think there was someone from South Africa. I can't remember the name though. Belgium, UK, Germany, Austria. If you're here and I've missed where you're from, drop it in the chat so I know. I like to just kind of know where everybody's from. It's kind of fun to see. Oh, you're getting snow today, Chris? Wow. Okay, so your seasons have changed. Officially, I guess. Marcia, how are you doing? Good to see you. Doug, how are you doing, Captain? Good to see ya. What have you been smoking, Doug? You put anything good on that smoker of yours recently? Planet Power HD, how you doing? Austria, nice to see ya. Christopher Sedepani, Queens, New York. Representing New York. Wolfgang from Germany, nice. Marks, you're McKinney, Texas, nice. Near Dallas. Yeah, we have friends who live in Allen, which I think is not too far from you. I think Allen's pretty close to Dallas, isn't it? Is it north of Dallas or northeast of Dallas? I can't remember. But Mandy, how are you doing? Like tuned in from the UK near Manchester. Nice to see you here. So has anybody got anything good going on today on the grill? Anything going out there, going smoking, grilling, anything like that outside? Hit me up in the chat. Let me know what you're going to be cooking today. Let's see. William Casper. Hey, William, how you doing? Hi, Rye. Love your channel. William Casper, Detroit. Thank you, Detroit. Motor City. Chris Beaton, you had fall last week. So you moved straight into winter. Alberta gets like, you know, maybe a week of anything else. That's like Southern California. We have, you know, 11 months and 15 days of summer, and then the other 15 days are like, you know, maybe a mix of spring and fall. That's you know, we don't get a much winter here. Yeah. Splitty Booms, how are you doing? Good to see you. Richard Gunas, ribs on the grill. I'm going to be doing some ribs on the grill tomorrow morning. Yeah, for a video. Difference. I'm going to be doing it a little different though. So I think that video will be out tomorrow afternoon. So look for that. But yeah, ribs on the grill. Nothing wrong with that. What we got here? Ryan Holyoke, how you doing? Ryan, good to see you. I wanted to try the pulled chicken this weekend. Do you have any suggestions for a DIY Carolina sauce? I've never made a Carolina sauce. The one thing I know about it is it's more vinegar based than anything tomatoey. So there's plenty of recipes. If you just Google Eastern North Carolina barbecue sauce and look at those. If he's in the chat, let's see. Is Scott in the chat? I haven't seen Scott yet, who has the Real Show Barbecue. He's the one who made that sauce and sent it to me, and it was awesome. I mean, that really was among the best sauces I've ever had. So I would look online for recipes for that Eastern North Carolina barbecue sauce. I definitely am going to make something like that in the future, but I've never made that. I've made traditional sort of tomatoey sweet barbecue sauces and things. Let's see, where are you at here? Where are we at? Getting catch up. Krillis, how are you doing? Hi, Rye. Hope everything's good with you. Here in Sweden, we have pretty much standard Swedish autumn. Rain, cold winds, and darkness. Yeah. My daughter is going away to college next weekend to Seattle, which is quite a bit north of us here in Washington State. And so the actual latitude, is it latitude or longitude? I can't remember. I think it's longitude. Or is it latitude? I think it's latitude. further north, much shorter days, so she'll get a little bit of experience, but you guys I know get the real dark winters and things in Sweden. Let's see, where are we at here? Sam's Outdoor Adventure, how you doing? Hello from South Carolina, first-time viewer. Thank you for coming. Appreciate that. Mark McLinney, right next door, north of Dallas. Yeah, I was right. Alan's right there. William Casper, how you doing, William? Building a barbecue cart. We'll have the video coming soon. Nice. If you build that and have a video and you're in the chat the next time that the video's live, let me know. I know you can't drop a link in the chat, but if you send me that link through my Facebook page, I'll drop that link in the chat when you have that video for your cart. I'll check it out first and everything. So yeah, just contact me through my Facebook page and the messaging, just like people who send photos, and I'll take a look at it. That'd be cool to share. Chris Beaton, boom, just like that. Next week could be summer again. Yeah, I mean, we had in Southern California, it started to cool down a little bit. I mean, I'm talking cool down into the low 80s. Yesterday was like 104 heat index. I was out grilling, most of the day and filming and editing, and it was hot. So I'm ready for some actual fall and winter. Yeah. Let's see. Planet Pear HD, I'm doing popcorn and cast iron pan laced with olive oil, salt, and chili flakes. Yeah, if any of you have never done popcorn like in a cast iron Dutch oven or something, it's fun. It's a nice thing to do out there at the fire if you're camping or something. Really cool. Yeah, that's going to be good. Let's see. Mandy Speakman. Glenn is preparing a turkey to get on the Weber tomorrow. Not sure what he's doing with it yet. Yeah, I'm going to be doing some turkey stuff coming up to get some videos ready in preparation for Thanksgiving. Several different preparation methods. That's what I have planned, at least right now. Deep frying whole turkeys, deep frying turkey breasts, smoking turkey. So yeah, I'm going to be doing some turkeys too. Love turkey out on the grill or smoker. Really good. Doug Cox, yep, hickory seems to be my go-to, but I'm going mesquite for a little more of a bite in that smoke on a meatloaf doing in the smoker. I'm using the Dutch oven during the cook. Nice. That'll be good. Yeah, a little bit of mesquite for the beef is always good. I love mesquite. Wesley Mitchell, I'm smoking chicken and kielbasa. I really want to do some kielbasa in the next week. I haven't had kielbasa in a while, and I love kielbasa. I think I did the brat burgers several months ago using brats and stuff, but I just want to actually just smoke some kielbasa and eat it. I love kielbasa. Danny Seeley, hey, Ryan, just got here. How you doing, Danny? Good to see you. Legion, hello from the Netherlands. Nice. I don't know if we have anyone else from the Netherlands. We got a lot of people from Europe, but it's nice to see someone from the Netherlands. Welcome. Matthew McAvoy, planning a cook for Friday. Doing my first mega cook. Small picnic roast, rack of ribs. First time relying on pork belly burn ends and maybe a brisket or a few steaks. That's quite a bit of food. Yeah. But those mega cooks when you're cooking for other people are fun. I did a video last year where I used pretty much every grill I had at the same time. I made a completely outside cooked Thanksgiving dinner. That was fun. It was a lot of work. The filming adds to the work in that, but it was a lot of fun to have everything going, doing turkeys on the rotisserie. I think I did stuffing and potatoes and everything on the gas grill. I mean, it was just a really fun time. So yeah, mega cooks can be a great time. A lot of work, but they can be fun. Christopher Sedapani, going to do smoked pork loin tomorrow. Just clearing up after 9 days of rain. That's good. Yeah, I wish we could get a little bit of rain. I'm hoping the fall gives us some rain this year, but I don't know. It's not looking like it. William Casper. How you doing, William? Let's see. Splitty Boom's curious. What's a barbecue cart? Yeah, who did the building the barbecue cart? Let's see. Oh, William is doing that. Yeah, barbecue cart. You're just building a thing to hold, like, I mean, I've actually thought of doing that with the Weber kettle, building sort of the thing that you would get on, I think it's the Weber Performer series where it's the cart built in. So maybe that's, I think, what he might be talking about. Oren, give a shout out to Phil in Florence, South Carolina now in the last of the Hurricane Florence. Yeah, Phil, I know Phil's probably not in the chat, but he lives in Florence and there's Hurricane Florence that was coming in, so I know Phil was ready for it. I had chatted with him and he had stuff prepared, so but I hope he gets some video of what was going on. And he's just sort of crazy enough. I wonder if he went out and tried to cook something in there in his back patio. That would be fun. A little dangerous, but I think he was a little bit inland from where Florence, the city where he lives, located from Florence, the hurricane coming. So hopefully he's fine. Let's see. Wesley Mitchell, hello from Pennsylvania. Hello, Wesley. Matthew McAvoy, big end of summer bass. Yeah. yeah, summer's just about over. What's the 21st? That's the technical end. I mean, where I am in Southern California, it kind of stretches into fall with the heat and everything, but it is nice to know that it's going to be changing. Chris Beaton. So I have been living vicariously through your channel. Don't have a smoker yet, so I have asked you before, but would be best Weber kettle or digital? Weber kettle or digital? Are you talking about like a digital, like electric smoker like I have, or the Weber kettle? I did a video talking about the best starter smoker as being what I believed was the digital electric smoker. That said, if you are considering a Weber kettle versus that and you want more versatility to be able to grill and things like that, then hands down the Weber kettle. You can absolutely learn to smoke on the Weber kettle, and you'll also have all those other things you can do with it. The direct grilling, indirect grilling, smoking or not smoking. So yeah, if you had to choose between those two and those two only, and you've been sort of watching a lot of videos and learning ahead of time, I would go with the Weber kettle. When I started, I had no experience at all. YouTube really wasn't that much of a thing to learn too much from at that point. So my first smoker was an electric smoker that was given to me as a gift. And that was great because I was able to learn on it and learn about the ideas of temperature and time. Made a lot of mistakes with it at the beginning. But for me, and I think that's still the best straight out of the gate way to learn smoking, because it takes a lot of the worry out of it and you can focus on the food. But Weber kettle, hands down, I believe best cooker in existence. Let's see where we go here. Bud Light Daddy One, how you doing? Houston, good to see ya. Chris Beaton, let's see, where were we at? Let me get caught up here. Christopher Sanapani, can we split the difference between 9 days and no days? You're talking about rain? Yeah. Can I take 5 of those days of rain? I'll take 5. You can have 4. Let's see. Mark Horner, I want to say hi, right? Thanks for all the info. Well, thank you, Mark. I'm having fun doing this. I love doing this. Brandon Larson, hello from Salt Lake City. Just got done cooking breakfast on the Weber kettle in a 12-inch skillet. Yeah. Yeah, I was out with the Weber and the big old skillet yesterday doing the video should be out this afternoon. I don't want to tell too much about it, but I'll just say it involves steak and Jack Daniels. So that should be out this afternoon. I have to finish editing it after this live stream ends today. So yeah, love the skillet out on the kettle. William Casper, yes, the barbecue cart will hold the Weber kettle. Yeah, I've thought about doing that, but I don't know. I like just that smallness of the Weber kettle right now. I do like the carts that they come built into with, I think it's the Summit Charcoal series. That's really nice. Yeah. Let's see. Joseph Yanes, how you doing? Doing my first brisket on my own today here in SoCal. Hitting the stall now, but I'm excited to taste it. Love your videos. Thank you very much, Joseph. Yeah, the stall's going to happen. You just got to push through it. It'll end eventually. Just let that piece of meat have its time. The end is not about temperature always. It's about tenderness. So make sure you probe it and just enjoy it. It's going to be good. Lance Belanger. Hey, Rye. Hey, Lance. How are you doing? Good to see you. Chris Beaton. Cool. Weber kettle. Yeah. Weber kettle, hands down, my favorite cooker. If I could only choose one cooker, it would be the Weber kettle. You can do virtually anything on it. I can't think of anything another, smoker can do that can't do. You obviously are limited by size and some things with it, but other than size, the results you can get are amazing. Let's see, where are we at here? Brandon Larson, thank you for posting through my pictures last weekend on the live stream. Sorry I couldn't be involved. My daughter was getting married. Yeah. How did it go? How was the wedding? And I think, did you send me some more photos? I can never remember who sends photos until I start running the photo slideshow in a little bit. So I think you might have sent me some. Or maybe not. I know I have some from Bud Light Daddy Juan and Robert Barnes today, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Oren, Phil and Janet in Florence are under heavy rain. Storm is crossing his county. Florence, yeah. So we're getting a lot of rain. I think he said he was well prepared for it, so that's good. Brandon Larson, sorry, Ride, but he called it Dr. Doug Cox, I'll be right over. Got plenty of Jack Daniels, only 12 minutes away. Yeah, what was funny for this recipe that I did yesterday that's going to be for this afternoon's video, I had to go buy, I don't drink. So when I use things like Jack Daniels, it's in a recipe. And I did have some left from a gift that I got, I don't know, 4 years ago. Someone gave me as kind of not a joke, but a nice gesture, a little bottle of Jack Daniels. And I've used that in recipes and things since then. But I had to go buy another bottle. So I've got this like big old bottle of Jack Daniels now that I'll be using in a lot of things cooking coming up. Let's see. Reptile Club of Bakersfield. I love that name. I'm loving my pit boss. I smoke, bake, and grill. Love your videos. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's fun to actually, when you're talking about baking, that's the other thing about especially the Weber kettle and charcoal grills people forget is you can bake on them. I see people do bread and everything. It's great. I think in my electric smoker, I've done cornbread before, and you could easily do stuff like that right on the kettle grill too. It's awesome. Greg Sitzer, how you doing, Greg? Hey, Rye, have you ever smoked any wild game? On video, no. I have smoked. I mean, I guess I don't necessarily consider venison wild game because you can source it fairly easily, but technically it's wild, So I've done venison, but I think I've done duck. I need to do some videos on some of that stuff, and I do have some plans for some wild game videos. But I haven't done anything really big. I mean, one of the ones I want to do is I want to do some elk, and I want to do some boar ribs. I have a place to get both. It's just a timing issue of getting that stuff, right now. So yeah, those would be duck. I've done venison. That's pretty much it. Let's see. Mark McElhaney, for what it's worth, started with a Brinkman, went to 18-inch Weber Smoky Mountain, which I really like, but got a Weber kettle, and that is what I use the most. Yeah, I mean, I use my Weber kettle the most, and someone made a comment in one of the videos the other day. It was a nice comment. He just said, yeah, I noticed you use the kettle a lot, but I enjoy using the offset smoker. I love using my offset. The thing about the kettle, though, it's so easy to just start and go. I mean, other than a gas grill, which you can't get the same results as a charcoal grill, the Weber kettle is just so easy to get going. I mean, I can light that and be, going in 15 minutes. The smoker takes a lot more preparation, burns a lot more wood. Wood is your fuel in the offset smoker. In the kettle, your fuel is generally charcoal with wood added for smoke. So I love using the kettle, yeah. Where are we at here? Lance Ballinger, doing great, man. When I get home from overseas, I'll be having a big smoke. I would love to use some of your recipes as far as the glaze and rubs right now. I'm currently using Meat Church. Meat Church are good rubs, yeah. I've seen those. I haven't used them, but I mean, I've seen them, and I know people who do use them, and they love them. I end up making a lot of my own rubs, so I don't necessarily go out and buy a lot of different rubs. I do have some, and I'll use them in videos from time to time, and layering especially. But I like making my own rubs mostly. Splitty Booms tried chili chocolate ribs. I screwed up, used foil instead of butcher paper, perhaps the culprit, used new grill. I thought I bought a Weber kettle, but it was a shallower Weber model. Oh, okay. Yeah, on the chili chocolate ribs, there's the bark, the crust that develops because of that cocoa powder and the rub on the outside. If it sets, it is really good. And that's what I think the key is right there, getting it to just set. Yeah, that's too bad. I hope you can do it again. Would that make a difference? You're talking about wrapping it with foil instead of the paper. I think yes and no. It's really about time and how much moisture is there. If you wrap it in paper, you're going to have less of a chance of that bark deteriorating because it can breathe a little bit more. So you could do it in foil, but if you did, I would really dial back that amount of time if the tenderness allows it. I might extend the first part. Let's say you're doing the traditional 3-2-1 sort of cook. Instead of doing a 3-2-1, you might do a 3-1-1 and see how they're doing. Because I've done ribs and it ends up being only a 3-1-1 or a 3-1/2-1. Really, it's about the tenderness, no matter what the rub is. But paper will help you, in my experience, maintain sort of the crusty bark if you want some of that, rather than getting a little bit more of a liquidy, texture. Let's see, where are we at here? Chris Beaton, anyone do any bison? Yeah, Chris, I've done some bison burgers. I did some videos on them. I haven't done a full bison piece of meat. Someone did ask me about a bison chuck roast, and I think they did it, and I think it was through a Facebook message, and they said it turned out really good. It's a lot leaner, so you have to just sort of plan for that when you're doing something, especially like a chuck, which is traditionally a fatty piece of meat, on the cow. So. Marcia, Blink, we source venison in Michigan through vehicular methods at high insurance costs. Yeah, I know people that have done that for not just deer, but, horse. They accidentally hit a horse and things like that. Bud Light Daddy One, gonna try chili tonight in my cast iron Dutch oven with the old smoky. Picks to follow. Yeah, love doing chili, stew, anything like that. Chickens in the Dutch oven. Rick Knoll, enjoying your video smoking bacon wrapped pork tenderloin. Nice. That'll be good. Hey, Raspberry Rock Off Grid Cabins here, and we have a donation to the meat fund, which means we need to bring out Bat Cow. Here comes Bat Cow. Thank you very much, Russell from Raspberry Rock, for the donation to the meat fund and bringing Bat Cow out of the cave. I just love that. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Let's see. Wesley Smith Mitchell, are you almost out of the South African seasoning? I am, actually. I'm down to about this much, so I've got to grab some more. A lot of times, Trader Joe's, their seasonings like that are almost seasonal. They'll try them out for a while, and then they'll be gone. So I think they're still available on Amazon. I have a link in my Amazon store in the description of my videos if anyone's interested to get it from Amazon. So I may have to order it from Amazon too if they're out. And I'll see if they still have it because it could run out at any time. But that's a good seasoning. If you haven't tried it, it's a really good seasoning. I love that stuff. Let's see where we at here. Desmond Dickerson, or Demon Dickerson, how you doing? Good to see you. Reptile Club of Bakersfield did some bacon wrapped dove breast. Came out really good. Basically, just cook them till the bacon is done around them, and you're good to go. Oh, nice. I've never done dove. That's interesting. Chris Beaton, what? No Trader Joe's African spice plug? Well, you just missed it. I jumped the gun. Doug Cox, oh my God, not the Bat Cow. That bat stomping at its best. Yeah, it is. Marconi Menzies, hey Marconi, how you doing? Hi Rye, just recently came across your channel, but now enjoying it a lot. Have a whole Packer Wagyu brisket in the freezer. Any ideas how long this should take? 275 Fahrenheit. Need a plan. Well, no. How big is it? Number one, is it a, are you talking like 12 pounds, 15 pounds? If you're doing 275, you're going to have to plan on maybe 15 hours, but it's about the tenderness and following the methods, getting it. There's many ways to do it. If you take it without wrapping it, go straight through, that could be 15, 20 hours. If you get up to the 160-ish and stall and then wrap it, that could be 12 to 15 hours. And you're doing it for tenderness, probe tenderness versus just temperature. You could say it's done at 200, but the meat's done at, 145, 150, whatever. You could eat it. It's just not tender. So really, even getting to say that 195 to 203 sort of range that people shoot for, it's really about the tenderness. It might not be tender at 195. It might be perfectly tender at 198. So time-wise, you got to give yourself time on that. Briskets, when I do a brisket, I just say it's going to be 15 hours, just a plan. It could be longer, but I give myself 15 hours. Unless you're doing it hot and fast. There are some ways to do hot and fast brisket, which will take less time. I have a video, if you search my channel for brisket done hot and fast, I think it ended up being about 9 or 10 hours. So you might want to check that out. And there's other people that do it. You can search YouTube for hot and fast brisket. I know Harry Sue has done one. T-Roy Cooks has done one. So there's lots of people who've done hot and fast too. And they come out good. Let's see. Yeah, Oren, folks, please do a thumbs up. If you're here and you're enjoying the stream, thank you. And please give us a thumbs up there. It does help. Brandon Larson, we cooked 30 firecracker chicken legs last weekend for the wedding rehearsal, and everybody loved them except for my mom. She doesn't like spicy food. Yeah, I have people in my family who don't like spicy food too. I love spicy food. Yeah. Splitty Booms was referring to the different model of Weber making a difference, but thanks for the insight regardless. Oh, did not achieve the bark. Still working on the technique. First time ever tried 3-2-1. Yeah, 3-2-1 is a guide too. I've done it, and if you've watched any of my recent videos, I've done ribs where I've planned to do 3-2-1 and ended up being a 3-1-1 or a 3-1-1/2. They're just tender after that first 3 part. You can tell usually by the flex and the meat pulling away from the bone, so you kind of have to adjust, but yeah. Let's see. Love the Bat Cow. Yeah. Real Show Barbecue. Hey, how are you doing, Scott? Good to see you. Scott is the Real Show Barbecue. If you haven't been to his channel, go check his channel out. He's the friend who sent me the barbecue sauce that did the Carolina-style pulled chicken. Just amazing barbecue sauce. And that he made a sweet Memphis barbecue sauce that he sent me that we've been using. It's almost gone, too. Really good stuff. Good to see you, Scott. Higgy Baby, Rye, you mentioned that Oklahoma Joe's is a great starter smoker. Found one online, paid 75 for it. It's an older one, but built before Charbroil bought them. 2 hours sanding off its surface in season. Nice. Yeah, $75 is a good price for one of the older ones, especially because that was before Charbroil bought them. And I've heard that there's a little bit difference in quality then too, that it might have been a little bit better quality, and sort of the fit and finish of it. Jeremiah Grant, hey Ryan, my wife and I are doing a version of your chili chocolate ribs about an hour in right now. We love your videos and watch at least one a night. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Those chili chocolate ribs are good. I was very pleased with those. I think next time I'm going to do one with some chocolate and coffee, because I've used coffee on pork butt before, but coffee and chocolate go great together. So I think I'm going to try to do some ribs with some chocolate coffee rub. Oren, bacon keeps the dove breast tender. The breast is very lean meat. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Lance Belanger, I recently bought an Old Country Pecos. Really love it, but last time I used it after wrapping 2 spare ribs and 2 sausage stuffed loins, I could not get the temp back up for anything. One of the things I've found, at least in mine, is if you end up with ash accumulation in the firebox, it knocks off the airflow. So if you can make sure that you're able to get the ash out from underneath, if there's like a grate that holds the wood and charcoal above the bottom of the firebox, this space right here is where the airflow usually comes in. And I'm just referencing on my smoker. Yours might be a little different. And if you don't get that ash out of there as the cook goes along, the airflow is restricted. And that does affect how much temperature you can maintain, and it makes it harder. So check that for one thing. Let's see where we're at here. Fire and water cooking. Hot and fast like my women. Okay. Doug Cox, Oren is right. If you're watching, you need to hit the like button. We got to support, right? Thank you, Doug. I appreciate that. Raspberry Rock, I did my beef ribs 2-3-1, and they came out so juicy. Yeah, those beef ribs you did were great. Those were, I showed those photos. You weren't here that week, but those were good photos of those ribs. Robert Cohen, hey, Robert, how are you doing? Good to see you. Chad, good to see you, Chad. Brandon Larson, the 3 T's. Time, temperature, and tenderness. Yep, that's it. You got to... Time is the least important of all of them. Time is the guide. Temperature is the determining factor on certain cuts of meat. Things like chicken, where you're trying to hit 165. Tenderness is really the guide in most, cuts of beef and pork. When you're talking about like pork butts and things like that. Unless you're shooting for a doneness like in tri-tip, where I go for 130 degrees Fahrenheit for an internal meat temperature. Yeah. 3 T's. I have a video out there, if you haven't seen it, called the 3 T's of smoking. That's where I talk about those 3 T's: time, temperature, and tenderness, how they relate to each other, and what the importance is of each one. Raspberry Rock, Off-Grid Kevin, where do we buy this sauce? Excuse me. Well, I think you'd have to move to North Carolina to be near Scott. I think he said he's got some like local retailers that have been selling it. So, yeah. Oh, Scott, if you've got some, I will buy some from you, Scott. Just message me and let me know, or email me and tell me how I can get some from you. I will pay you for that sauce. It's good. Smoking Joe's Barbecue. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Mandy Speakman, are you nearer to doing your live cooking streams? Can we request that you do a similar time, as we're 8 hours ahead of you, so this time is great for us. Let's see. I don't know, were you here last week? That's one of the things I talked about. I do have my live mobile setup pretty much squared away. I will probably start doing some live streams that aren't necessarily going to replace this one, but that will be at probably about the same time of day, maybe on a Sunday. And I will be doing them outside at the cookers, either at the smoker or the grill, things like that. And that's probably going to be starting sometime in the next 4 to 6 weeks. One of the factors that makes that necessary is, number one, it's got to cool down a little bit here. We got to get a little bit into fall, because the equipment I'll be running outside, it doesn't like heat. And so if you're outside in 105 degree temperature, you'll have cameras that start shutting down. I'll be running 2 computers, 2 laptops. They don't like it because they're already running a lot of processing power to run the cameras. So 4 to 6 weeks, I'll be starting with some live streams that will be outside cooking occasionally. I'd like to do at least one a month. It really depends on timing. I don't plan on replacing these Saturday live streams with those. I guess occasionally there might be one where this would be live outside with some cooking, but I really like to try and keep them separate if possible. But so yes, those will be coming up. Mark Horner, love that you use the kettle in the Oklahoma Joe, not a 3K smoker. Follow the 3 T's, it will come out good no matter what cooker you use. Yeah, if you just follow simple methods. Yeah, it's not. I don't have any $3,000 smokers yet. And I don't have anything against them. In fact, I do want to move up, and I know that it's going to cost more to get that larger smoker. And it's really at that point, it's about capacity. It's not just about having a fancy smoker. I'd like to be able to do, whole hogs on a bigger smoker. I know I can do a whole hog on the Oklahoma Joe, but I'd like to be able to do bigger things and more cuts of meat at the same time. So I love the Oklahoma Joe. Works great. It works great. Chris Beaton, the pork loin video with the citrus honey glaze you did looked amazing. It was really good. Yeah, it was awesome. That was a great color on that pork loin that came out from that rub too. If you saw that video, perfect color on the outside. It was great. Let's see. Real Show Barbecue at Raspberry Rock. Send me a message on YouTube or Facebook and we can discuss getting you some. Do that. Russell, do that. Message him. Yeah. Raspberry Rock, did you do picks already today? I did not do picks yet. I'm going to do them in just a second here. Fire and water cooking. I just did a pastrami beef ribs cook. You should check it out. I will. Cool. All right. I'm going to jump into the viewer photos today. So just a second here. Let me get the slides hooked up here. I can't remember how many people sent photos this week, and there may have been some. If you sent them in the last 2 days, they may not be included in this. I've just been crazy busy the last 2 days. So if they're not in this week's, I will for sure try and get them in next week's stream. Oh, and then really quick announcement. Next week's stream will not be on Saturday, and it won't be at 11 a.m., unfortunately. My daughter's leaving for college next weekend, so going to be kind of busy. So I'm going to be doing my stream on Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. I know for you guys in Europe, that's a horrible time, but it's the only time next weekend that I can really fit in a live stream, and there will be a replay of it. So if you can't catch it live, I understand. You can watch the replay. So next Sunday, 4 p.m. will be when the live stream is, and be doing photos and everything too. So let me jump into the photos here, and we will get going. All right, first one, we have a couple meatloafs. This is from Bud Light Daddy Juan. And I know you told me the name of this smoker, and I can't remember. It's Smoky Joe, Old Smoky, something like that. It's just the coolest looking smoker. But a couple meatloafs here, and let's move on. And I think you said that you did 2 different rubs on these, didn't you? 2 different coatings. One was ketchup, and another one was barbecue sauce. So you had 2 different ones, I think. If I'm wrong and you're in the chat, correct me in the chat. Oh, look at that. Look at that glaze on those. That looks beautiful. Beautiful. There they are, cut. Man, those look good enough to eat. Really nice looking meatloafs. Meatloafs are done out on the kettle or in the barbecue. Things like that are so good, smoking them. All right, with some corn and some mashed potatoes, that's a perfect way to serve those. Look at that. That looks really good, dude. I'm not kidding. That looks really good. Robert Barnes. Robert, I don't know if you're in the chat here, and honestly, I don't even know if that's your screen name on YouTube. If I don't know what your screen name is, let me know here. So take ownership of this, but look at that pork butt. That is beautiful. And if I remember correctly, I don't know if I have the photo in here, but Robert got like another Weber kettle. So he has like 2 twins, one copper and one of the red ones. I think this is the red one. That limited edition one. And you can tell it's new. Look how nice and shiny that grate is. Ah, there we go with some nice smoke. I can't remember what Robert said, what kind of wood he was using. I want to say cherry, but I could be wrong. Robert, if you're here, let me know. Got some nice color on it. Went to some direct cooking there. Looks good. Oh, and wait a minute. Let me back up here a second. Was this the prime rib? Was this prime rib or pork butt? Now I'm thinking it was prime rib. Hold on. Are you in here? I think this might have been prime rib. Oh, absolutely. This was the prime rib. It wasn't pork butt. Sorry. Look at that. That's beautiful. Really, really beautiful. And then we're back to Bud Light Daddy Juan. So thank you again, you guys, for sending in the photos. If you have any photos you want me to feature on live stream, go to my Facebook page. The little thing is right down here at the bottom of the screen, Cooking with Ryan. and send me a message with the photos. And also in the message, say that you give your permission for me to use them on the live stream. Otherwise, I can't use them. And we'll try featuring them in an upcoming live stream. And again, if you sent me some in the last couple days, I wasn't able to get to those and get them ready. So they would be on the next live stream. So, all right, let's get going here. Let me get caught back up in chat real quick. All right. Marconi Menzies, since I'm new here, don't know what this 321, 231, could you please give us a real quick explanation? Really quick, and if you go to my channel and search 321, videos will come up. You'll probably find them on almost any barbecue channel. It's the process of cooking ribs, and it's only a guide. You would do 3 hours unwrapped, with your rub on it, indirect. Then you would wrap them in either foil or butcher paper for 2 hours, generally adding a little bit of moisture in there, maybe some apple juice or something like that, or spritzing them. And then after 2 hours, you would unwrap them, put them back on indirect for about an hour, maybe with some sauce or some more rub on them. And so it's a guide, 321. It just gives you an idea how to get tender ribs. Sometimes those numbers adjust, especially based upon how tender the ribs are at that 3 hour point. If they've got a lot of flex, a lot of meat pulling away from the bones, you may need to adjust that 2 back to maybe a 1. So really it's a guide. But yeah, 321 is a sort of a method to get pretty tender ribs, whether it's baby backs, St. Louis cut spare ribs, or full spare ribs. It does work on beef ribs also. Yeah. Chad Morgan got some beef ribs to do this evening with applewood and Korean style barbecue sauce. That sounds good. I need to do some Korean style beef ribs too. I've seen some good recipes on them. Yeah. Or add tasty to the 3 T's. Yeah, the 4th T would be taste. That's true. So let's see, where are we at here? Splitty booms. The temperature part of the 3 T's is what I struggle with. I'll be buying a thermometer. I've always had to just go by what the meat was looking like and also the bend test. Yeah, a good digital thermometer, both, if you can get both the remote kind where you have a probe in while it's cooking and the instant read, those are really one of the best ways to verify that you've got what you want. I know some people don't like using thermometers. They like to just do by the touch and things like that. And honestly, if you're that good and you can tell by touch, what perfect medium rare is or doneness on anything is, more power to you. I'm not that good. I like using the thermometers to make sure that I'm where I need to be and where I want to be. Yeah. Brandon Larson, if Scott is in North Carolina, I hope he's doing okay. Yeah, Scott, I didn't even think about doing that. Or you're in North Carolina, aren't you? I think so, yeah. Are you guys, how's everything going there? Let's see. Raymax Kitchen and Grill. Hello, Ry. How are you? Awesome channel, my friend. Well, Raymac, thank you. I can say the same back to you, man. You've got an awesome channel. I've been following you for a while. Awesome. Smokin' Joe's Barbecue. Ry, your videos are awesome, man, and you sure can cook. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah. Where are we at here? The Real Show Barbecue. Thanks, Brandon. We're safe. A lot around us, though. That's good to hear. Yeah. Hurricanes, man. In Southern California, we basically deal with earthquakes, which happen, and I've lived through everyone that's been here since the 60s, since I was born. Brush fires. But yeah, hurricanes are one of those things that, maybe you have time to prepare, but it's coming, and there's not a lot you can do if it's coming. It's, you're talking 170 mile an hour winds when you're getting to Cat 5s and things like that. It's scary. So, yeah. Let me get caught up here. There's here. Splitty booms. Splitty booms. Where are you folks finding the Weber kettle in these great colors? My copper colored one, I think I ordered on Amazon or Home Depot. I can't remember. You can get the different colors really Home Depot, Lowe's, hardware stores, online, Amazon. The red was, I think, a limited edition one they did, and they may still be selling it. The red also comes with the lid holder, that sort of catch thing on the outside, if I remember correctly. So yeah, I like my copper colored one. It's good. Let's see. Bud Light Daddy one. It's done on an Old Smoky. That was the name. Yeah. One with the barbecue sauce and the other was ketchup. Yeah, that was good looking. I got to tell you, those glazes, just really sharp looking stuff there. Let's see. The Real Show Barbecue. Got to run. Take care, everyone. Be blessed. Thank you, Scott. You take care of there. Stay safe. Don't, hopefully you don't get too much rain and wind. Yeah. Robert Barnes. Hello. Yes, one was the prime rib and the other was a picnic shoulder. Okay, so there was a shoulder in there. That's good to know. But yeah, that prime rib, Robert, that looked awesome. Really good, man. That was really good looking prime rib. That's the kind where you want to lick the screen. It's like, oh, yeah. Paul Downey. Hey, right. Hey, Paul, how are you doing? Paul Denny, how about some thumbs up, folks? Yeah, if you thumbs up if you're enjoying things here. So if you guys looked at my video yesterday, I think it was the pork loin video, that glaze was really good. If you're looking for a glaze to use on ham or pork loin or pork tenderloin, pork chops even, that glaze in that video would work really well with it. It was a really nice, not overly sweet. It was a citrus honey glaze. Give it a shot. And then today's video, when it comes out, I know normally I have a video out sometime around 9 or 10 in the morning. Things have just been really busy, so I wasn't able to finish editing it last night. So it's going to be out this afternoon, but the sauce that's on this thing this afternoon, I think you'll enjoy it. It was really one of the best sauces I've made for a steak. Yeah, it was awesome. Let me see if we can get caught up here. Right here. Oh, wait, hold on a second. We have a donation to the Meat Fund from Splitty Booms. We got to bring Bat Cow back. Everybody ready for Bat Cow? Here it comes. Let's crack up at this thing. I just love that thing. I really want to work on better animation, but I love that one too. Thank you very much, Splitty Booms. That is much appreciated, both you and Raspberry Rock today, for the donations to the Meat Fund. It does help fund the meat. Go through a lot of meat on the channel, not just in the stuff that's always in the video, but testing stuff too. So I do appreciate it. Thank you. Bat Cow is back. Yeah. Let's see. Here we go. Smokin' Joe's Barbecue. Gotta go, Rye, and barbecue on. Thank you much, Smokin' Joe, for stopping by. Appreciate it. And let's see. We're about 40 minutes in, and I think we're going to start wrapping stuff up here. I got to get going and doing some stuff. Like I said, my daughter's leaving for college next weekend, so I got a bunch of things. I'll get a last few things here. Let's see here. Lance Belanger, how do I donate, Rye? Oh, if there's a super chat button on the chat right here, it's the little $sign. You can use that. You could go to my video descriptions where I have a PayPal link that you could use. Any donation is appreciated. It's, it does help with the purchase of extra meat and stuff like that. So I do appreciate it, and helps run the channel. I enjoy doing this, and it's growing, and the income from it has not yet reached the cost level. So it's not at a break-even point yet, but it's growing, and I really am happy about that. I am doing it sort of like a second, side sort of business to my main job, and I'm having fun at it. So no, you don't have to make a donation. Any donation is appreciated, honestly, but you don't have to. So, but thank you very much for asking. Let's see, Raymex Kitchen, if you like the cow. Yeah, people say that the cow sounds like it's stepping on a bat when the people start cheering. So I think that's where the bat, I can't remember who came up with Bat Cow. It might have been my friend Russell from Raspberry Rock Off-Grid Cabin. He might have come up with that. But yeah, Bat Cow. Paul Downey, man, I miss barbecuing. It's been raining for a week and a half here in San Antonio. Oh, okay. Yeah. I've barbecued in the rain. I mean, you guys have heavier rain, but I've got to get I probably will just, if it's raining sometime this, fall or winter, I'll just take the GoPro out there and film a video in the rain. I love grilling in the rain. It's fun. Yeah. Let's see. Raspberry Rock. Meat costs money, man. It does cost money. Yeah, it does cost money. Bud Light Daddy One, thanks for the compliments. Have a wonderful day. You got to get that on a shirt. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, man. Danny Seeley, thanks, Rye. Great chat. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, Raspberry Rock. Rye, when you start doing this full time, you need to move beside me. Well, I'll try and get closer. Maybe Montana or Idaho. A little closer. David B., you're doing a great job. Thank you. All right, everybody, I'm going to have to wrap this up now. And again, I appreciate it. So next chat next weekend won't be on Saturday, remember. It'll be Sunday at 4 p.m. And then, in about 4 or 5, 6 weeks, hopefully start doing some chats out at the grill, live chats and cooking and everything out there. And so until next weekend, everybody just have a fantastic weekend. Have a great day. And I'll see you guys next weekend, Sunday, 4 p.m.